Hello. Today we're going to do stretches that will target the areas where you might be experiencing some sciatic pain. Let's do some stretches that are going to help alleviate sciatic pain. When we have a baby positioned in that perfect way or additional weight from pregnancy, it can put pressure on the sciatic nerve, causing that pain. So hopefully these stretches will ease a little bit of that, allow that area to relax and stretch out a little bit and reduce some of that inflammation. Go ahead and come to hands and knees to begin with. Wrists are going to be under shoulders, knees under hips. Beginning with cat-cow. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your chest, let your belly relax down towards the mat. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your back, give baby a hug in with your belly. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round. Moving with your breath, going at your own pace here. Last time. Return to a neutral spine. Toes are going to come to touch. Take the knees wide, sit the hips back, and extend the arms out in a child's pose. If this is uncomfortable, you could take the pillow or the block and place it underneath your head. Otherwise, let your head release down to the mat. With each inhale, breathing into the sacrum. And with each exhale, imagining tension leaving your body. With your next inhale, lift up slightly, walk your hands over to the right. Exhale, release down, really pressing down into the left hip. Inhale, come up, walk your hands through center. And exhale, release down. Inhale, lift up your head, take your hands to center, and return back to tabletop position. Grabbing onto your yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can take your hands to a stool or a chair. We're going to take the yoga blocks to the left side of the mat. And then your right leg is going to go out on the right side of the yoga blocks. We're going to inhale, let the hips drop down to the mat. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hips are going to sit back. Peel your toes off the mat, flex your toes towards your face. Inhale, lunge forward, let the hips release down. Exhale, sit your hips back. 3 more times, just like that, moving at your own pace. Maybe pausing in a space that feels good. Last time, we're going to hold it back for a breath. And from here, we're going to take our hands down to the ground, come down to our bottom. Our right knee is going to bend, placing the right foot into the mat. We're going to take our left ankle and cross it over the right thigh. Your left hand can come to this leg and press it open. Otherwise, you could bring in a rocking motion, just letting your knees rock from side to side. And now we're going to tuck the right foot underneath. Let the left knee fall on top. So if you have a gap here like I do, you can grab onto your yoga block or a pillow, place it underneath that knee for support. Take a deep inhale in, grow a little taller, and then on your exhale, start to hinge forward, just bringing your chest down towards your leg. Maybe you have the ability to take your hands down to the ground or to that stool. Try to breathe into that tightness, nourishing the area, the muscle with your fresh oxygen. And then as you exhale, just let it release a little bit more. A few more breaths. Inhale, come back up. We're going to place the yoga blocks off to the side, and we're going to come down onto our right side. So you can place your head into the palm of your hand. And then you can take your left ankle in front of your right thigh, almost like we're doing a side laying figure four like we just did. Option, you can press this leg open a little bit, feeling that stretch along the left side. And you can take the bottom leg further away or a little bit closer to your belly to intensify or lessen the stretch. Slowly release that, and we'll take our hand, grab onto the left ankle, and then slightly press your hips forward as you keep your knees hugging in towards each other. Should feel a nice stretch along the hip flexor and the quad. And slowly release that. If you were unable to grab your leg, you can also grab a strap and wrap that around your ankle or your foot and bring that a little closer, or even a towel would work for that. Left hand goes into the mat, push yourself up. We're going to return back to tabletop position, grabbing onto the yoga blocks, this time placing it on the right side of the mat. Hands can go to your blocks or your stool. Left leg goes on the outside of the blocks. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, straighten your front legs, sit your hips back, peel the toes off the mat, flex them towards your face. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, release back. 3 more times, just like that. We're going to hold it back on your 3rd time. Deep inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, let it go. 1 more time. Awesome job. Hands are going to come down. Take your bottom to the floor. This time, left foot goes into the mat. Right ankle is going to cross over the left thigh. Flex your right foot. Another option, again, options to place your right hand on your knee or bringing that rocking from side to side. Left foot is going to come down, right leg stacks on top. Taking your prop if you need it, placing it in that space. Deep inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hinge forward slightly. You can bring a little weight onto the legs with your forearms. Coming to the point where you feel a nice stretch, but no pain. If you're feeling pain, I want you to back off a little bit. And inhale, come up, removing your props off the mat and coming down onto your left side. Placing the head into the palm of the hand. Right foot comes in front of the left thigh. Again, you can press this open if that feels good. You can lessen the stretch by moving the bottom leg away or intensify it by toe heeling it a little bit closer to you. Try to breathe into that space where you're feeling the stretch. Slowly release that. Right foot comes behind. Again, grabbing onto a strap if you need it. Take a hold of your ankle. Press the hips forward as you keep the knees hugging in towards each other. Slowly release that top foot. We are going to make our way up, grabbing onto the wall or the chair. I have a stool here. So you're going to take your hands to your prop and then walk your feet back as your chest comes down towards the ground. Really pressing into the heels. You might want to bring a little rock from side to side. Maybe you need to bring a little bend into your knees slightly, lifting the hips up. Take one more deep inhale in. And come back up to standing. We're going to grab onto the yoga blocks again, making our way onto our hands and our knees. We're going to take the right knee up to the right wrist. Left foot is going to come over to the left side, and then left leg is going to extend back. So we're coming into pigeon pose. This yoga block is here to support you, so you can place it underneath your right hip. If you have a pillow, you can place those underneath your hips, or a bolster is a really good option as well, just to help prop the hips up. And you can also take your hands to that stool you have or the yoga block here, allowing your chest to come down a little bit further. We're going to breathe here for a few moments. Take a few deep inhales and exhales. It's okay if this front leg doesn't get at a 90-degree angle. If you can't, take the foot a little closer to your left hip. On your next inhale, slowly press yourself up. Remove your prop. We're gonna roll over our left shoulder, extend the legs out, give them a little shake. Maybe you wanna take some time to massage the legs a little bit. And we'll return back to hands and knees. Left knee comes towards your left wrist. Left foot comes over towards your right wrist. Extend the right leg back. Try to keep your hips stacked on top of each other so you're not rolling over to the left side. Come back up so the hips are square. If you need that prop, like the yoga block or a pillow, place it underneath your left hip. Take a deep inhale in and then exhale, release down onto your forearms if that feels good for you. There is an option for you to play around with placement a little bit. We don't want to squeeze the belly off too much, so you can make it a little bit of an angle, coming to the right or to the left to really work into the space that needs attention. So obviously play around with that, but try not to come over too far so that we're squishing the belly. We want to leave that open. Few more breaths here. Try to release a little more with your exhale. Deep inhale in. Exhale, let go. Inhale, come back up. Remove your prop off to the side and come to a seated position. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.